Just in, Farage and Braverman demand answers from Starmer over new Labour immigration proposal. In a fiery exchange that is now making headlines across the UK political scene, Reform UK's Nigel Farage and former Home Secretary Suella Braverman have jointly demanded greater transparency from Prime Minister Keir Starmer following fresh revelations about Labour's proposed immigration framework. The duo, both known for their vocal stance on national sovereignty and border control, are calling for answers, accusing Starmer's administration of keeping the public in the dark on critical changes that could reshape the UK's immigration landscape. The controversy stems from a recently surfaced policy draft, reportedly outlining Labour's intention to streamline immigration procedures, increase work visa quotas in certain sectors, and expand pathways for family reunification. The document, though not officially published, has been circulating among journalists and MPs, prompting immediate reactions from political rivals. Nigel Farage, speaking during a Reform UK event in Kent, did not mince words. "What we're seeing here is a potential quiet overhaul of Britain's borders, and the British people have the right to know what's happening. This shouldn't be whispered in corridors, it should be debated in Parliament and brought before the public." Suella Braverman echoed these sentiments in a televised interview, stating, "Transparency matters. If Labour is preparing to relax immigration controls, they must be honest about the implications. We cannot allow fundamental changes to our border policies to occur behind closed doors." While the Labour Party has yet to officially confirm or deny the specifics of the leaked draft, a spokesperson for Prime Minister Keir Starmer provided a general statement on Labour's immigration strategy. Labour remains committed to a fair, efficient, and humane immigration system that works for the British economy and upholds our values. Any policy proposals are subject to robust internal discussion and will be communicated clearly when finalised. Sources within the party suggest that the draft is part of a wider consultation process and not a finalised position. According to insiders, Labour is exploring options to address labour shortages in health, construction, and seasonal agriculture sectors hit hard by post-Brexit workforce challenges. Although representing different parties, Reform UK and the Conservative Party respectively, Farage and Braverman's collaboration in critiquing Labour's direction reflects a growing alignment among right-leaning politicians on immigration. Both figures argue that the government must prioritise British jobs, reduce reliance on foreign labour, and ensure any policy changes receive public scrutiny. Their joint appearance in the media, and Farage's calls for an emergency debate in Parliament, signal a strategic push to rally public opinion on this key issue ahead of the next general election. "It's not about party lines anymore," said Braverman. "It's about protecting British interests and ensuring we don't repeat the same mistakes of the past." The public response has been mixed. While many on social media have expressed support for Farage and Braverman's demand for transparency, others view their actions as politically motivated. Some critics argue that the leaked document reflects necessary reforms that would boost the UK economy by addressing skills shortages. A recent YouGov poll suggests immigration remains a top concern for voters, particularly among older demographics. However, younger voters and urban communities appear more open to pragmatic solutions that balance economic need with border control. Mainstream outlets like BBC, Sky News, and The Guardian have covered the story with varying emphasis, some focusing on the policy content, while others highlight the political theater unfolding between party leaders. This episode presents a critical moment for Keir Starmer. On one hand, he must navigate the internal complexities of Labour's evolving immigration policy. On the other, he faces pressure from political adversaries capitalising on the public's desire for clarity. Political analysts note that while Labour may have legitimate reasons for drafting reforms such as boosting NHS staffing or addressing post-pandemic labour gaps, the party must now decide whether to accelerate public communication or risk further political damage. "There's an opportunity here for Starmer to rise above the noise and show leadership," says Dr. Hannah Clark, a politics lecturer at the University of Exeter. "But that will require more than rehearsed statements. It means engaging directly with voters on sensitive issues." In the end, Farage and Braverman's intervention serves as a reminder of how politically charged immigration remains in the UK. Regardless of whether Labour's internal draft becomes formal policy, the demand for transparency is legitimate and, many would argue, necessary. With an election looming on the horizon, voters will be watching closely to see how parties frame and defend their stances on immigration. Will Starmer's team embrace openness and invite public dialogue, or retreat into policy silence? As the debate unfolds, one thing is clear: immigration will remain a defining issue in the coming political season. What are your thoughts on Labour's possible direction? Do you agree with the calls for transparency? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay informed on all the latest developments in UK politics.